So there have been a lot of videos circulating recently about the rise and fall of Stampy. This trend started when a channel by the name of SunnyV2 made a video titled The Impossible Downfall of Stampy, 2006 to 2020. There have been a lot of other videos like this one, but this one was the first video on this topic to have over 1 million views. This video now has over 2.5 million views in the past week at the time of making this script. Taking some inspiration from this video, and hopefully some of the views, we're going to be talking about the rise and fall of DanPlan. Where to begin with this channel? I guess I should start with the day this channel was founded. DanPlan was created on July 12th, 2014 by 3 people, Dan, Steven, and Hosa. They posted their first video on August 1st, 2014 titled, By the Way, Moral of the Pooping Robber, in a beautiful 4:3 aspect ratio. After this video, they started to create gaming videos until they went back to the style of video that they're most known for, by the way videos. If you haven't seen any of DanPlan's videos and you don't know what a by the way video is, then let me explain it to you really quickly. A by the way video is a genre of video where Hosa, Steven, and eventually some guest were dropped in a scenario. For example, a zombie apocalypse, created and game mastered by Dan. The other players would then have to survive the scenario in any way possible. Kinda like Dungeons & Dragons, but without the dice. DanPlan kept uploading this style of video, until their By the Way, Are You a Psychopath? Uploaded on May 21st, 2016 video, blew up. This video currently has over 8.5 million views, and I understand why. This video is a perfect example of what I call the golden age of DanPlan. The animation style was really light but likable. The mix of Dan's assertive but lighthearted charm, mixed with Hosa's wholesomeness, combined with Steven's evil nature, created the perfect video. After this video blew up, they just kept on making videos in the same style. This is around the time when I started to watch DanPlan. Their video called By the Way, What is Your Love Language? Was my introduction to their channel. Their By the Way videos were just enjoyable and easy to watch. The way their personalities just bounced off of each other made the videos seem like you were in the world they created. But as the channel blew up, there was a shift in tone that most people chose to ignore. The decline of DanPlan was slow and kind of obvious looking back on it now. Their videos were getting higher in quality, and they were even featuring special guests like the Odd Ones Out. And they were gaining thousands of views and subscribers with every upload. But even through all that, there was one video that stuck up above all the rest. Their By the Way, Can You Survive Zombie Apocalypse? This is their normal style of by the way videos, but the way Steven was acting in this video was different. There was no bloodlust Steven, instead it was a nicer, more Hosa type of Steven. Watching this video, I thought it was just going to be a one-off thing. But then, in every other video, right up until the end, there was a different Steven. Like, he was playing an act. The final video recorded with Dan, Steven, and Hosa was their Can You Become a Superhero final episode. After this episode really came the major blow in the slowly sinking ship that was DanPlan. On January 4th, 2020, just 4 days into the new year, Steven uploaded a video called Actually, I Quit DanPlan. The first time I saw this video was on my recommended. I thought it was a fake, so I just didn't watch it. But then it came onto my recommended again, so I decided to give it a watch, and oh boy, I am glad I did. This video is only 7 minutes long, but I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be because I still need to go over the response and aftermath, so here's a quick summary. In this video, Steven goes over his regrets about joining DanPlan, saying things like, I would have still called Daniel a friend if I hadn't joined, Daniel saw me as more an employee than a friend, and worst of all, throughout 3 videos, they were making a 5-figure salary, of which Steven got less than $300. Just put that into perspective for a little bit. You're making a 5-figure salary between you and your 2 other friends. And one of your friends is getting about 1% of that 5-figure salary between, like, of an example of 3 videos. That's just insane to think about. Like, that's just not right. This video garnered a lot of attention. Over 3 million people saw this video. Channels were making videos on it and people were outraged, and rightfully so. People loved Steven, and they were so sad to see one of, if not their favorite character, leave the channel so suddenly. And they were mad at Daniel for mistreating and abusing Steven. I mean, again, giving someone so important to the channel only $300 out of your 5-figure paycheck? That's like paying the voice actor of Patrick like $1,000 for every 200 episodes that air. Their sub count dropped drastically in the 2 weeks that followed, going from over 2 million subscribers to about 1.8 subscribers, which some people would be like, oh yeah, that's still 1 million subscribers, but to a small channel like me, losing 200k subscribers, I don't even have 200k subscribers. That's just insane. That's just a giant number that I can't even fathom. And throughout all of this, Daniel was nowhere to be seen until January 21st, 2020, when he uploaded, by the way, yes, I've already said the actual title of the video. This video is a whopping 55 minutes and 5 seconds long, half of which is just Dan addressing Steven's stream, which honestly was just unnecessary. Again, watching this video would take way too long, so I'll just sum it up. In this video, Daniel addresses the claims made in Steven's video. Sometimes he makes counter arguments, sometimes he says something completely opposite to what Steven said, and most of the time he just darts around the subject, which kind of makes for a shady video. And the first time watching it, I was just thinking, again, 55 minutes and 5 seconds, I'm not watching the entire thing. And even in the video, Daniel said that he was going to end the video before watching Steven's stream, but then Steven's stream popped up and he was reacting to it. But the first time I watched the video, I just thought, man, like, this is not a good response video, because if you want to make a response video, a lot of people will have the problem of making themselves seem like the victim instead of saying your mistakes and trying to move past them but not forgetting them at the same time. But in this video, Daniel just said, basically, I'm gonna play the victim card, and I'm also going to dart around some touchy subjects that I know are true, which again makes for a video that doesn't seem really believable. And it didn't help that Steven had the first video advantage, because if you make a video first on, or for example, Tati's video and the whole James Charles scandal, she had the first video advantage, so her words were more believable than James Charles's response. And this is what happened in this scenario here. Steven made the video first, and he was making all these claims, and now everyone believes him, and Daniel's video didn't help with that. It just made everyone want to believe Steven more, because he didn't really address any claims. He didn't really try to defend himself too much. It was just kind of like a half-baked response video. By the way, marked the end of an era that no one wanted to see go, but it also paved the way for a new one. Looking at their videos now, it looks like DanPlan doesn't know where they're headed in the future. I guess you could say that they don't have a concrete plan? No? Okay, I'll keep going. Their views aren't helping them out either. In their glory days, and even in their fall, they were breaking 1 million views a video, no problem. But now, they're struggling to even gain over 1,000 views, which, for a channel like me, is a lot. But for a channel as big as them, that's a massive blow. Not just to, like, their ego, but to their paycheck as well. One thing that doesn't help is the fact that Hosa is in mandatory military service, meaning that Daniel is working all alone to try to keep this channel afloat. One good thing that I will say that came out of this is that he's bringing in more people, which, yes, means more paychecks, but that's more people who maybe wouldn't have found a job without Daniel, or more smaller creators who are lifted up because of this channel. The rise and fall of DanPlan is a bitter one. We see a channel prosper over a friendship, then break because that friendship wasn't strong enough. But there is a lesson to learn from all of this. It's that to keep your friends and work separate, especially if it's YouTube. I'm currently going through a situation just like this one, but that's a story for another day.